Hey, Officer Shelly here. So I figured okay, first of all, I'm sorry if you guys don't like the name being called officers. I just figured since I write the Bugstopia PD series, where PD stands for Police Department, I figured it was only right to call you guys officers. I was thinking about calling you guys like bug enthusiasts or stuff like that, but it didn't feel right considering I like bug enthusiasts to me feels like I'm writing nonfiction, and since this is not nonfiction, I figured officer sounds more appropriate. But today we are going to be doing a little get to know me video. So I've been publishing since 2023, and I've been doing book readings at schools for the last 2 years. And I'm just like, it's time for me to broadcast who I am and stuff. Actually, I've been doing it for the last 3 years. Yeah. But yes, these are just questions that I have received over the years from different kids. And I'm planning on doing a lot more writing. I'm planning on doing a lot more school visits in the future, but for right now, I'm just waiting since it's almost the end of the school year. But yeah, so I've got 11 questions here that I'm going to answer for you guys. I hope you guys are excited. Let's get into it. So, question number one is, who am I? So, it's kind of hard for me to describe who I am just because I am somebody who struggles with mental health issues. I'm not going to go into what kind of mental health issues I have. I just have several mental health issues that cause me to have issues. I don't know what else to say other than issues. It's something that I live with. I've lived with for my whole life, and it's just how it is. But I am a 24-year-old who lives in a small town in Kansas. I come from a huge, huge family. I'm talking like 60 plus first cousins, and then probably another 60 second cousins. So like my cousins' kids. So like I said, I come from a huge family. Um, I don't know, maybe that's why I've always been enjoying writing. I don't know. But yeah, I've been publishing since 2023 when I was 23. Yeah. I've just been writing my whole like since high school. I and like okay, this is actually something fun. So I wrote the Bugstopia PD series for my nephew, who at the age of 7 wanted me to write him a book series because he knew I wrote books, and we came up with he wanted stuff about the insects, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna write a nonfiction book about insects. So I was like, well, what if we do like a police department, like PD kind of stuff? And he's like, yeah, that sounds cool. And so here we are 6 books later, the series is out, and I've got 17 other books written in that series with plans in the future. So it's all pretty cool. So yeah, that's who I am. I'm just little old Shelly. Question number two is, how do you find time to write, and when do you write? So I actually have a part-time job at a nursing home where I do laundry. But I pretty much for primarily I write in the mornings. But I have been trying to extend my time to doing longer days. Just because I'm trying to get more, like, I have goals to eventually become an English teacher, and to do that, I probably can't just work 4 hours. So I'm wanting to expand my time as an expand my time so I'm able to work more hours. But typically I write in the morning. That's, I feel like, whenever I had the best working, like, motivation and stuff. But yeah, and like, how do I find time to write? Well, I am a single person who lives in her own house. So I just have so much time to write. It's ridiculous. And it's better than me laying in bed because I feel like I don't want to do anything. So it's just a lot easier to just be like, okay, I'm gonna write, or I'm gonna go sit on my computer and just do randomness. I don't know. So yeah, that's when I find time and stuff. Question number three is, how do you know what to write? That's honestly a very hard question because I'm like, I don't really know what to write about 95% of the time. I'm just kind of going, so I'm a pantser. I write by the seat of my pants and I just write whatever feels right at the moment. So, let's just take book 17, the book that I'm currently writing. I have stopped and started this book like 5 different times just because I haven't found the beginning and like I haven't found my beginning place for it. So I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna come out, and it's just kind of tossing and turning in me. So like, do I always know what I'm gonna write? No. That's perfectly fine. I just want to enjoy the writing process. And kind of how I know what I'm gonna write is because my nephew, like I said, he's kind of given me ideas on how to expand the world. Because me and him joke that it's going to be like 100 books long, which it very easily could be. But it's just like we keep expanding the world into more and more, and it's just fun to see what's gonna happen. So yeah. Question number 4. How long does it take to write a book? I typically, so the Bugstopia series is a pretty thin book. It's only like 18 to 24,000 words long. The first draft of it is only like 12,000, maybe 13,000 words long. So it takes me less than a month to write it. Except for book 17. Book 17 just does not like me, so it's going to take a little longer. But yeah, so it takes me like a month to write it. Then editing, it probably takes like another 3 months. But I span that out. So like what I do is I write the first season of books, or the season of books, which is just the series within a series, where we follow different officers. I'll have to do a whole video on that. But so I write the whole season and then I take a break, go back and edit it, and then wait until I'm done publishing the season that I'm working on. Then I'll go back and do more edits. So like, it just depends. I could probably knock them out in like 5 months. Okay, maybe 6 months. But I don't want to burn out, so I write them over longer times. Yeah. So number 5, yeah. What is the most difficult part about writing? I would probably say the editing process. Just because, like, okay, minus book 17. Book 17 is just the exception. But I enjoyed the drafting part. So, like, the first draft, getting everything down on paper. But I really, I really struggle with the editing sometimes. Just because, like, I don't know what always to edit the books as. And also, like, I'm thinking about the other books in the series. So it's hard for me to be like, okay, this is what you know at this point in the book. And, like, I already know what's going to happen in, like, book 20, so I'm like, I need to, like, not share all the details. So I'd probably say the editing process is the hardest part for me. Question number 6 is why did I choose to self-publish? So there are 2 ways to publish in the world. There's indie publishing or self-publishing, and traditional publishing. I did try traditional publishing in the past. I just could never get anyone to pick up the book. So I'm like, okay, I'll just self-publish, which isn't necessarily the correct answer to have. It's just how do I say this? I was just having some struggles. Well, I don't know. Like, I think another problem I was having was that I wanted this book series to release very quickly. Because, like, I released the first 6 books within a year and a half, I think. So it's a very quick release, and I feel like if I were to go traditionally published, I would have to have, like, a book a year or something like that. And that's just not something I want to do. I want to have quick releases, and, I kind of want to have full control over the books, That's just who I am personally, is I want to have full control over my own books. But yeah, I'm gonna take a little pause and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we are on question number 7. So when did you realize you wanted to become an author? I think I've always wanted to become an author. I know some people say like they wanted to become an author when they were super young. They've been writing since they were super young. I haven't necessarily been writing since I was super, well, okay. I was a teenager when I first started writing. But like they're talking about like when they talk about writing, they're like 6 or 7, which like I guess I did do. But like I fully knew I wanted to become an author whenever I was 18. I felt like my life imploded or got really, really bad because of my mental health and stuff. Again, that was just me being dramatic. You know, I realize now that, like, you know, this is my life. I gotta just live it. This is just the path that God chose for me, kind of thing. Um, but yeah, so I always kind of knew that I like storytelling, because I have vivid memories growing up that I would like be outside. I always had sticks around, or I had sticks and I would just play around beating them against trees and stuff, imagining that there were sword fights. And then as I got older, I would go for walks and just play stories in my head. So I always had dreams, well, not dreams, but always had stories playing in my head, like stories that no one else had written, or at least I'd never read before, and I'm like, these are just what I do. So yeah, that's kind of how I started. But I really started taking it seriously when my nephew asked for the books. Yeah. So question number 8. What makes a great story? I think what makes a great story is the author's enthusiasm to write the story. Because I truly feel like if you are not having, like, if you don't have the energy and, like, the motivation to write this book, it won't be a good book. Like, say book 17 for me. Like, I have a passion for it, but I'm kind of just, like, not fully invested in it, if that makes sense. So, like, how do I put this? So, book 17. I know what's going to happen. I'm excited to continue the series. It's just this book, since I'm experiencing burnout, I'm just like not into it. Even though I've read, like I'm just not in the moment. Like I can't write it. So that's why I'm like I have to take a break from it. I'm not going to keep pushing to finish it. I'm going to take a break, be like, okay, just relax. No need to fight the desire to write it. Well, fight the urge, like fight the mentality that I have to write it by this time. Like, just relax. It'll be okay. So yeah, I think it's really the author's passion for the book and how they feel about writing it. So yeah. Question number 9 is what's the most surprising thing that you've learned while writing your books? I think the most surprising thing that I've learned is since I wrote these books for my nephew, who at the age of 7 knew he wanted me to write a book series, and he is currently 10. Every time I see him, he's like, oh, how's the book series coming? Or like, how's Bugstopia coming? And he's really been enjoying it. He's not the best reader, so it is a little hard because he doesn't know fully what's going on in the story. And also, I'm like on book 17, things have changed since book 1. So it's just very interesting to see how he sees the world, like, not sees the world, but sees how I can expand this world even more. Yeah, and like every time, so I have, I have these little like character art stickers, and I have, other like postcards, bookmarks, other kind of stickers that I have for the Bugstopia series that I would eventually like to sell. I just need to get a website up first before I can sell them. But I'm really wanting to do sell these and stuff because like he loves looking at them and stuff. Since it's his book series and like he knows fully that it is his series, he's like, I want to see every stage. He doesn't say that, but he wants to see every stage, and that's really what's fun about it for me. So question number 10. Which is your favorite book that you have written? Okay, so I'm just gonna go based on the books that I've published. So I think I've told you guys there are 6 books published. There's I guess I can show you all the covers. This is book 1. This is book 2. This is book 3. I have a lot of books. This is book 4. This is book 5. And then this is book 6. So out of the books I've currently got released, I would probably say book 5. I don't know what it is about this book. It may be because I've got the best, like, so I have a beta reader that reads all my books before I publish them. And this, I believe, is her, like, her favorite book too. Like, she said from this point onwards, like, I have really improved as an author. Like, I don't know. It's just, I've gotten great feedback from her. I enjoy reading this one probably the most. And this one just has a special spot in my heart for it. But I also would say book 1, just because it is book 1. Yeah, and like, part of me is always like, whichever book I'm writing is currently my favorite. So like, if I had to say like, what's my current favorite based on the books that I have written and stuff, I would probably say season 3, which I'll have to do a video on like what I call season 3 and stuff. But season 3, I have 2 new characters that I'm absolutely in love with. Even though I'm struggling to write book 17, which is part of season 3. But you know, I really I love these 2 characters, and that's probably my favorite books to write right now. Yeah, I love him. So question number 11, what, if you did not write for a living, what would you do? Okay, I say for a living, even though technically I don't make money off these books yet. I want to, and like, if I wasn't like trying to become a full-time author, what would I do instead? I would probably, this sounds crazy to say just because like I'm an author and like English should be my favorite subject. I would probably say, I would probably be like a math teacher. I always wanted to be a teacher. It's just something that I enjoy. I love helping kids as much as possible. That's why, like, in the future, I would possibly like to become an English teacher, or at least a creative writing teacher, just to teach kids. But yeah, so I would probably say I would be a math teacher, or like do something in science, but like do math equations and stuff. Or I've really never thought about it since I started writing at such a young age. I'm like, I don't know what I would be other than writing, you know? Like, when I mean such a young age, I mean like since I was out of high school. Like, in high school, I was never sure what I wanted to do. And then now here I am writing books. And this is all I see my life being, you know? So yeah, that's, I think, I don't know what I would do. Yeah, I'd probably say a math teacher, though. I think that would be something I would really enjoy. But yeah, those are the 11 questions that I had written. If you guys have any more questions for me, leave them down in the description below. I mean, not in the description, leave them in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will come back, probably Wednesday, and have a video about Bugstopia and how I have seasons laid out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day. Bye!